Hello. Sorry, we had
Hi.
a brief intermission before we started.
We did. We had a little, technical difficulties, which happens sometimes. But we are here live.
Can you go back?
With the boys tonight, which is really awesome. To get a little information about the men behind the scenes, the Popo and the Goose.
Yeah. And they might tell you some stories about us that aren't true. We'll let you know if it's
definitely not.
Yeah, we'll let you know if it's true or not.
Mm-hmm.
And some of you may have stories about us and in the chat, and you can feel free to tell about those. Our dogs want to get involved. Joe's boss.
They're jealous.
Huh?
They're jealous.
Well, they're jealous, and Joe's boss just texted him. So I hope they're not calling him into work. I don't know.
Oh.
Sometimes they do that. Being a police officer and everything.
Being a pow-pow.
Yeah. So if anybody has stories about us, keep it clean. You can put it in the chat. It's perfectly.
It's not a for you video. But yeah. We like to be honest, but and it's okay to sort of walk the line, but not cross the line.
Family friendly.
Quasi.
Unless you're
teen and up. Family friendly.
Right.
Unless you eat your teen and up.
Unless you actually saw me do it online.
Wait.
Did it live? Or something like that.
Wait. Okay, Renee and Joe. So I'm really excited. And even Chris doesn't even know I did this tonight. Are you all ready for this? So I wore a special shirt for tonight. And I'm going to turn around just because I feel like it would be weird for me to unbutton it.
Are you stripping?
Just wait. We need some music.
Do some stripper music. Bum, bum, bum.
Ready?
Bum, bum, bum.
Talk to me, Goose.
That's a great one. That's a good one. I like that. That's one of Joe's favorite movies of all time. I'll tell you.
I thought it was appropriate. Sorry, Joe. I don't have a shirt for you.
That's okay.
I should have worn my Joe Cool. Well, I bought it for him. My Joe Cool shirt.
Yeah. All right. So maybe
you should have called me and told me.
Well, I didn't know exactly that I was going to do that, but why don't we? What do you think about saying hi to some people in the chat?
I think that we should, and I think that. I think I can do this. We have a touch screen too. So,
ooh, fancy.
So, hi Rex Flippers. That is his Uncle Dennis.
Oh, hi, Uncle Dennis.
And Picky Nicky.
How beautiful. The best bun on YouTube.
Right? She does the bun. I can do
I know.
Bun.
I tried to do one and it's sad.
She's
actually a fabulous one.
She's gonna be on with us in March, and we'll have her do a tutorial. She's done it on my channel before.
Ooh, cool. Yeah, and such a sweetheart she is. Such a good time. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah. She'll do it for us. And it's super easy. I do it. It's super easy to do. If I can do it, anyone can do it. You always have cute buns, Kimmie. What are you talking about?
Thank you. The only reason I wear my hair up right now is because the baby tries to pull all of my hair out.
Yeah.
That's it. I mean, if you go back and watch all of my other YouTube videos, I'm always wearing my hair down.
Your
curls. The baby right now wants to pull all of it out. So that's a problem. All right, who else we got?
Girls.
Swamp
We got
Glenn. What's
Swamp
up, Glenn?
Picker. That's Glenn. Glenn may have some
okay?
stories.
Yes, we're okay.
He may have some stories. I'm not sure.
Oh, Larry's in here.
Larry's
got stories.
Larry's got stories.
Oh, Larry. Oh,
He is sworn to secrecy on some of them. Larry?
He said I thought this was a classy show. Well,
It is a classy show.
Little classy, little sassy. That's how Renee and I roll. Little classy, little sassy.
Sassy. Lola.
Oh, never too old. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I have to take just a brief moment because she came into my show last week, and I get a little nervous on YouTube, and I was trying to like meander my phone to add people to the chat as moderators, and I missed her, and I just want to give her a special shout out because I felt like a hole for not seeing her comment. So the next time she comes in, on my live, or even actually, you know what? Let's do it right now. Let's throw some hearts out for my slacking on not seeing her because I felt really bad. Like it stressed me out.
We're giving hearts that you're a slacker.
We're giving you
hearts. To never too old. Because I missed that comment. We missed that comment. We had hit all kinds of comments last week. And I missed her. And I felt really, I was telling you, see, look who's in there, never too old. I'm not talking
about
Joe's being represented.
Oh, see, he changed. Average Joe.
Average Joe's.
She says, no problem. I'm so glad she showed up. Remember, I was stressed about that.
Now, Kimmie,
so bad about that.
Now, Kimmie and I are different. And I'll talk to Kimmie about the benefits of it. But before, whenever I was auctioning and that's all I didn't make anybody blue but my moderators. It was easier for me to have my moderators blue so they could, they were the only ones that could time people out. And they kept track of who was coming and going.
Yeah, absolutely, perfectly fine to do it a little different. I just, when I went live, I started a thing, and I just wanted to continue to sort of roll with it. Was the only thing. But I don't do auctions, and I think when you do auctions, you have to do it kind of like that,
Yeah. So, we'll talk about it, or I may or may not change it, but don't be offended if you're not blue in my chat.
Yeah, don't get your panties in a bunch on here. We still love you. But just on my channel last week, it made me feel really bad. I felt really bad because she said, and it was only just because she said hi.
Yeah.
And I didn't see her.
It's hard.
I think I was like fumbling around, with my phone and trying to get some stuff done or something.
It's really hard to watch the chat all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And we do kind of miss some people, not because we're never ignoring the chat. We try to keep up with it. You kind of get tunnel vision and watching the person you're talking to, and you miss somebody. I remember whenever I first started auctioning with Chris, I got an email from someone that was very upset that I did not say hi to them, but I said hi to the person above them and below them. I understand being upset. I was like, I'm very sorry. It didn't mean to upset you. So please don't get your feelings hurt. Don't get your feelings.
Please. We really do try to do our best. So don't be afraid if you're a lurker on either one of our channels. Come in and say hi. We are a no drama zone. So don't be scared to come chat, in the live chat. Because I don't want anybody to ever feel like they're the last kid picked in dodgeball. So please come in and, if you have questions.
Speaking of dodgeball.
If you have questions, ask us. If you want to just chat, you want to tell us about your week, that's fine. We are game for it all.
we have Joe's uncle said he's busting his butt preparing for his estate sale next week.
What?
So we didn't know he was having an estate sale, but he's having an estate sale next week.
Mm-hmm.
So I know that he did sales online and everything. So I guess is starting to do estate sales. He wasn't doing those when we lived there, so that's got to be fairly new for him. So good luck with that, Dennis.
Yes, good luck, good luck, good luck.
And then Glenn said he had an experience with us, and he did, and he brought it up, and I was like, yeah, that I remember that when we had a meetup in New Orleans, we had a contest. Everybody had to buy something, couldn't be over $20, and we had Nikki's son pick the best item out of 2 that he thought should go up for auction.
Mm-hmm.
And then we would auction it off, and whoever's got the best ROI from their item being sold won. So it got down to Glenn and ours, and we won. It was really close too. I mean, like a really close in the percentage of the ROI.
What were the items?
I don't remember. Do you?
I'm sure I've seen the video, but I don't remember.
The New Orleans trip, it was this tree
No,
that had
that one.
ornaments.
That didn't get picked. They didn't put that one up.
Oh no,
there.
that's what we gave away. What was it?
I don't know.
Was it cards?
Oh, it was Pokemon cards.
Pokemon cards.
Pokemon cards.
Mm.
And then and he had like a figurine, I think it was. And he said he paid about $2, and I think we paid about $7 for the Pokemon cards.
Yeah, he said we had cards.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I really thought they were going to pick. I had this tree. It was like a Christmas tree, and it had an ornament, water globe ornament of Disney characters in it. I thought for sure. Actually, it wasn't Nikki's son that picked because they weren't in New Orleans. It was Julie Hart's husband, Jim. That her husband that passed away. He's the one that picked that.
He was a judge.
He just picked.
He just picked.
Okay, right.
And there was no judge because we had what they paid for it, and then once it was sold, we had what they sold it for, and we did the percentage of ROI.
Right.
And we did that again whenever we met in where was
he had a nesting doll. Oh, a Russian nesting doll.
Oh, that's right. Russian nesting doll. It was fun because it's based on ROI, not how much.
Right. So yeah, that's what it sold for told you the winner.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's a lot of fun. And we did it the next time we met in Florida. The
next time was in Jacksonville.
In Jacksonville, Florida. And Nikki's son's the one to pick the one to be auctioned off. Mm-hmm. And
we lost that one.
We lost that one. Our perfume one. Some perfume one.
No, it was a coffee mug.
Oh, yeah.
that was a whole ordeal.
We don't want to talk about that one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about that one. Look who just came in.
Speaking of, we don't want to talk about that one.
We don't want to talk about that one.
What up, Robin?
Robin's in the house. Penny Day. Hey, Penny Day.
And Nikki.
No, I can't believe I forgot about the mug too. Just look at me. Look at me. That's an inside joke.
If you're all just tuning in now, Real Creative Studios and Picky Nikki will be guests on our shows next month, which I'm really excited about. I mean, if you don't know Robin, like she's such a hoot. And Picky Nikki, obviously, with the greatest bun on YouTube. So we're really excited to have those beautiful ladies come on our show.
I thought you said Jerry was coming, not Robin.
Oh, Jerry. Yeah, no, I stole him. Jerry, my turtle.
The turtle.
Yeah. No. We eloped. Jerry's not around now. I stole him.
Well, maybe we will.
Jerry's my man, Robin. Tell everybody that's my man.
We might get to see. I think Jerry has a lot of lovers.
Yeah, Jerry, I'm surprised is still alive. And if you don't know what we're talking about, Robin is an amazing editor, and she does, I don't know, what is it? What would you call it? Yeah, characters. And Jerry was this turtle.
200-year-old turtle.
Yeah, that she did. And I just loved him. He was a crabby old man. So, if you want to know, you'll have to go scroll through her videos to find Jerry. Maybe we can bring Jerry back for a brief moment on our show. But I love Jerry. He's one of my, and Shiitake.
And Argyle. I miss Argyle.
I do like Argyle, but Shiitake and Jerry, I feel like Jerry, because he was so angry and crabby. Yeah. I feel like that like he just needs some love, so that's always why I had a small spot for Jerry.
I don't think they've been out.
They haven't. Well, she's busy, so I would love to say that right now, but we will get into what Robin's been doing when she comes on our show.
Maybe she will get them out of the vault.
I would love that. Oh, I miss Jerry.
That'll be fun.
I almost want to tear up. I miss Jerry. During the pandemic, hanging out with Robin for hours and hours, after midnight with Jerry and all the little characters, that made me survive through that.
Yeah.
Right? I appreciate
some good pee your pants moments there.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So
yeah. Oh, who knows what they'll say being cooped up this long. I'm right.
Yeah. Okay. So
I'm sure Jerry's gonna
do you all have anything set up besides our next Thursday? You all doing any auctions or anything, or dropping videos, hanging out? No, nope. I know you do. So I was want to ask
me. Who are you talking to?
You do. You were just on See Here First last week.
Oh, well, on next Thursday now.
Okay. All right.
Oh no.
We have tomorrow. We're doing an auction with jewelry nurse, Cindy. She mostly does jewelry. We're bringing an assortment, right?
Not much jewelry actually. Just some cool stuff.
Yes. So I want to make sure to put that out there. We're doing a live auction
with cool stuff.
Yes. We've been doing crazy auctions this whole week. I'm wore out from all the auctions, but I love it because I love you all and I love to hang out with y'all. Okay.
Well,
live auction Friday. I just put her link in there, so make sure to come watch us tomorrow.
Well, if anybody wants us to come on and sell with them, that's fine. Mm-hmm. I have time to do it, and I haven't gone out there and said, "Hey, I'd like to sell with you," because I just haven't done that.
Well, maybe you should, because you have awesome stuff. That's how we get in. We don't always just get asked.
Yeah,
we put ourselves out there for that.
Yeah, I've asked, but right now I'm dealing with other things.
Yeah,
that I want to get ready. And you'll find out more about that on March 7th.
Ooh, so stay tuned.
Yeah. So, are we ready to ask these boys some questions?
Yes, I am.
All right. You're up first.
Oh.
I got a question for Goose.
You're not playing the game. If we have time, you can
Well, it's not really a game. We're just asking questions. No pressure, Joe.
We're keeping points.
Breathe.
I have to
800
tell him it's a
questions. Go.
game or he won't participate.
Okay, Never Too Old wanted to ask if we sell on Whatnot, and I want to make sure not to skip that. We used to. I plan to bring it back, and I want to do it on my name. Do you guys do that or no?
Whatnot?
Whatnot?
No. We're
It's
not
been
doing it
about-
anymore.
It's been about a year since I've
Yeah,
done a
it's
show
been a
on Whatnot.
while. It's been a while,
Yeah.
but
I think it was last February. Yeah,
I've
right
been
at a
thinking
year.
about doing it. So
Well, we did it.
We've done it. We've sold them there a couple of times.
We did it late in 2023. But I haven't really done it I haven't done it this year at all. Because I really want to work on something else that you know.
Our big surprise coming up.
Yeah.
okay, great question. If y'all have any questions, please put them in the chat. Or even if you have a response to the questions that we're asking the boys,
Share with us. You can answer them
put
too.
them out there. We want to know how you got into whatever it is or whatever question we have as well. So, all right, Popo Joe, no pressure.
How many fingers do you have?
No, that's not the first question. Not the first question. Okay, how did you get into being a Popo? To be Popo Joe?
To being a popo.
Yes.
So I've always liked the public service thing. I was a volunteer firefighter for a while, and I started getting up in age, and I got laid off. And me and Renee sat around and talked, and decided that
Who suggested it?
Renee suggested it that I go to the police academy, and so I went and signed up and haven't looked back. I was the second oldest person in the academy when I went through.
Wow. Okay. See,
What do they
I
call
never knew that. I've
Geriatric.
heard all kinds of stories, but I never do you like it? Do you,
Oh, I love it, especially being in the high school. I like it.
yeah.
How old was I? I was
36.
36 when I went through the academy.
Probably just.
There was me and another guy who was 38. We were the two oldest. He was a doctor. He was going through because he was the SWAT medic. He went in with the SWAT team. And in order for him to be able to carry a gun, and when he went with the SWAT team, he had to go through the police academy. So, but anyways, so technically I was actually probably the oldest one in there. Oh, and I did better than him on the
so what did you
CPR test.
What did you have to do to get in?
Oh my
like you have to do 100 push-ups?
Get in while he was in.
To get in, you have to go through a background check. You have to get a physical, pass a drug test, pass a psychiatric evaluation, have a valid driver's license. And
important.
yeah,
U.S.
that's-
citizen.
Hi, Susan.
be a U.S. citizen.
Yeah.
And that was about it to get in.
Will they do a big, like a law test also?
Oh yeah.
No,
not to get in.
not to get in. You
Like a-
don't.
Oh, not just okay. That's kind of
Just to get in, you don't. To stay in, you got to pass a law test. A bunch of them.
Every week.
Yeah. So every week during the academy, you have a test. Sometimes you have two, and if you don't score an 80 or better on the test, you're out.
No second chances.
To the road. No second chances.
Wow.
79.9, you're out.
Wow.
And then that's the classroom portion, and then there's all your high liabilities, which is shooting, driving, first
Which
aid,
I don't know how he passed the driving part.
driving instructor,
I don't care.
shooting, driving, first aid, and self-defense. So you have to also pass those 4 things. And then the physical part of the academy, we worked out 3 days a week. We did CrossFit 3 days a week. You threw up 3 days a week, guaranteed.
Right.
Oh, I'm not kidding. There was days I couldn't.
No, I've done CrossFit. I did not last. I want to say it was like 2 months. I was like, yeah.
There was days that I came home and I could not lift my arms.
Yeah, they're crazy. Those people
just
are like
wouldn't come
really
up.
serious.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did the donut challenge on T's channel.
Yeah. So I just saw Cassie come in. I want to give a little hello to the Queen.
Hi,
Bee.
Cassie.
What's up, sweet Queen,
AKA
Bee?
Squishy.
Yeah.
And so he lost, I think, what was it, 60 pounds?
No, I did not lose 60 pounds.
How much did you lose?
34 pounds.
I thought you lost like 60
No,
pounds.
I lost 34 pounds.
He got skinny, y'all. I mean, like skinny during that. And then there was times like
That's what throwing up 3 times a week will do for you.
Yeah.
No,
he
no,
literally couldn't lift his right arm. He couldn't get in his back pocket to get his wallet. He had to carry it in his front pocket because he couldn't reach behind him. He was sore a lot.
The workouts were tough. I mean,
Yeah.
Right.
That's
Well,
something wrong
I
with
mean,
your
the fact that you love it so much, and I've heard so many great stories about it. You like, you want to do a job that you love, and you seem to love it. And now that you have a better schedule, right? Like Monday through Friday, certain hours, like I'm happy for you and having to do that because you're home at a certain time and can hang out with us on YouTube. Yay! Yay. Woo. Okay, you got a question for Goose?
I do. I know part of the answer, but I don't think a lot of viewers that Chris has or that you have or I have or anybody that has seen Chris auction really knows the answer to. It's like Chandler Bing on Friends. Nobody really knows what his job is. He does something with numbers.
That's true.
So we're going to Chandler Bing you tonight, okay?
Mhm.
I didn't watch Friends, so I don't know the reference.
Oh,
Well,
I
they
love
never
that. I
do.
watched every episode of
Me
The
too.
Friends.
So
Every episode.
he's nerdy. You're not nerdy, but none
No,
of his
he's
friends.
kind of nerdy, but he just likes to play it cool.
Well, he doesn't look like nerdy like Chandler Bing.
Right.
And none of his friends knew what he did for a job. So what is your primary job away from auctions, eBay? What do you do for your primary job?
So I own a hardscape company.
And what?
Okay.
And that's the next question. What is hardscape?
Yeah. What is that?
So landscape, right? You familiar with that?
Mm-hmm.
Plants and trees and bushes, and it's all the stuff that the landscape makes look pretty. So the columns, the fencing, the entry monuments, the retaining walls, all the stuff that deals with the outside construction world that you see every day and don't think twice about it.
Right. Like the parts where you drive past the neighborhood and you see it labeled as Highlands Ranch, and it has the big old name on the outside with the big, beautiful columns, brick or stone or whatever it is that they choose. That's
you make things that enhance
these people.
Enhance the beautification of property.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So
on massive levels.
Yes.
Right.
Big neighborhoods.
Right. So do you just worked on a school?
I've got 5 going right now. 5 schools.
Right. So what do you do to make schools look nice? Because they always look so. I worked in schools very military,
right,
and just they lack in character. So, are you giving these schools some character, or are you just going to fix
for this
things?
project with this school district, which the school district has 62 or 63 schools. It's a huge school district. They have gotten a huge bond passed last November.
Okay.
to upgrade all their schools for security reasons. So they're taking all of their low short fencing and turning into tall privacy fencing where you can't even see into the school.
Okay.
Putting in new gates, security, fire exit gates, because of the way they had it set up now. It was just locked with a chain and a padlock,
right?
Which is not real secure.
Yeah, that's how ours was. And with the pandemic and all the school shootings, they were talking about, well, if the kids need to get out and run, they need to run.
They can't get out. You're locked in.
Yeah, you can't get out. There's a chain and there's a lock on it. And as a teacher, I didn't even have a key to open it.
Get out. Sure.
So I know that, with those initiatives like you're working on, they were working on those things too. Yep. It wasn't so much with beautification. It was more like
this is for safety reasons.
Yeah. Okay. I know a long time ago you were building an entrance into some kind of subdivision at one point.
I've got 3 of those going right now. Also.
Yeah, he's a busy man. For sure. I mean, he comes home. I'm like, yay, baby's home. I tell the baby, daddy's home. And then he gets on the phone for like the next 2 hours.
Yeah.
Checking in on whatever jobs they had done. So he works very, very hard. And then to put on top of it,
fun stuff.
We get to do. Yeah, we do. He does Amazon district selling on Facebook Marketplace. Like we are.
I know that he's up late some nights because I'm up late and I'll see him correcting stuff and I'll be like, man, I know he gets up early too, and he's got the baby. He must be a zombie. Maybe he's a zomba instead of a zombie.
Yeah, I'm gonna put his district media mall in there.
All right, so here's an example of a entry monument.
Yeah, I think that's the one you showed. Isn't that from a while
This
back?
one is about 3 years old.
Yeah, I think that's the one you showed us. It looks very familiar.
Yeah, no, that was a really cool project.
Cool.
That building's 22 feet tall. So it's not a small one.
So if you give Chris some Legos, he will build you an entrance.
I will resell them. That's what
Forget building them. Resell them. We actually have Legos.
I'm not going to make an entrance for you over here.
Yeah.
I'm going to resell them. Okay. All right. So now you know what Chris does for his primary job. So we can't just, relate, call him.
So most people don't even know the word hardscape.
Right.
They've never even heard of it before.
Well, I don't think
it's always a lengthy explanation process. I'm used to it.
I probably would have, had you not told me a different name, I would have said you're in landscaping.
Right.
Because to me, that
everyone knows landscape, right?
Yeah. So I would have called it landscaping. So,
right.
So yeah, fences, retaining walls, entry monuments, the entry driveway gates for subdivisions, commercial properties. So
the heavy lifting
of scale of how big that thing is.
That thing is huge.
See the guy holding the wheel there?
Yeah.
That wheel's on the side of that building.
Right. That's the one that you just the finished one you just showed us, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a side view of it.
I remember I sent Chris a message. I said, hey, I want to know how much it would cost us to build a gate on our property. He goes, you'd be better off just getting it done locally than ask me to make it. You ship it out there. So maybe I'll have to have Chris come live with us for a while and help us finish the thing in our front yard. So Joe will buy all the food and the beer and all of the materials, because just putting in the fence that we had about killed him, because there was lots of rock. It's that clay they filled it with some rocks and clay. So it about killed him. He thought he could just come out and dig a hole.
It wasn't Florida sand. I was not digging in Florida sand.
Yeah. No, we're lucky here in Houston with that. As far as we don't have to deal with rocks ever.
There's a lot of rocks here.
We've done jobs in San Antonio and Dallas, Austin. You're dealing with rocks, and you're getting a jackhammer and making holes, because you're going to find a rock that's too big to dig out of the ground.
Well, that's what I was having to do. I was having to take a pry bar or something and a hammer and chisel this rock out so I could go on past it. Yeah. It was horrible.
But yeah, we do a lot of fences. We build a lot of fences. So we probably average 1,000 feet a week of fence on top of all the other stuff that we do.
Yeah, he's not looking. He fenced the backyard, and he is not looking forward to having to do the front yard. And going to put it off as long as he can.
Right.
I don't blame him. So,
all right. So now that we learned a little bit about Goose over here, Joe, what got you into reselling? Because I know you have your main job, but like, how did you?
Renee.
Is it?
Oh yeah.
Renee?
So what got us was, so Renee started out with Renee picking up dressers on the side of the road and bringing them home and fixing them up, and free dressers on the side of the road, and doing the whole shabby chic thing when that was super hot, and then flipping them on Facebook Marketplace and stuff like that. And then she would go to Goodwill and places like that and was finding stuff and selling it for 10 and 15 times what she paid for it. Mm-hmm. So then I started watching like a bunch of people on YouTube, old school people like Lonnie from down in Louisiana.
Yeah. The shed guy.
Yeah. Shed flips. Mm-hmm. And then I found Commonwealth, Kevin. And what's his name? What's the Pete Craigslist hunter?
Yep.
The old school people. Well, she wasn't
around. She came in later, but
Crazy Lamp Lady.
Yeah. So this has got to be like 5-6 years ago, because back then, at least, because back then there was not a lot.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of people out there.
Especially auctions back then.
RVA flips.
And
Justin, right? I think is his name.
Justin.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't think he's not selling or anything anymore.
No, he got out of it. He went back to a day job.
Yeah. I will never get out of selling things for a profit. No. I've been like that. Like, it's just ingrained in my brain. Yeah. Like, I see things, I'll even watch, like, so one of my favorite shows is The Marvelous Miss Maisel, which
we love that show.
Yeah, so I watch that show, and every time I watch it, I'll see in the show, I could sell that for $10.
Oh, we're like that. Look at all that Pyrex.
Yeah. I can sell that. Oh, her little pink gooseberry,
Yeah.
Oh, that's a high price. Like that's what I go into people's houses and I still think the same thing. I'm like, okay, Kimberly, do not say nothing. But all I can do is like, I could probably sell that.
It's hard not to say like, hey, would you like to sell this to me? Would you like to sell this to me?
Right. Does anybody else feel like that in the chat? Do you feel like that when you go to people's
that's
houses?
all I do all day long. Like if I'm walking around the school and I walk into a classroom and I see stuff that they've decorated their classroom with and stuff. I'm looking at it thinking, yes, I could sell that. No, yes.
Yeah, he looks at the kids' tennis shoes, what they're wearing.
Oh
so
my god!
that way, if he sees any at a garage sale or whatever, and he knows they're popular,
that's the way to do it. Pay attention to the kids. Absolutely.
Yeah, he watches the trends with kids.
Okay, so what does at least 50% of the kids in my high school wear for shoes?
It's going to be Jordans or Vans. No? Crocs. Is it really?
They're all wearing Crocs.
When he told me that,
I would have never guessed that one.
I wouldn't have guessed that because, like, when in our high schools, I think they let them wear them in high school and middle school, but in elementary school and maybe middle school, I don't think they let them wear them. Because that's
crazy. So Crocs, fun fact, their main hub of Crocs is in Boulder, Colorado, just like an hour of where I'm from. So when I lived in Colorado, I can get Crocs at a steal of a deal. I live in Texas now. So that sort of hurts my heart a little bit, knowing that that's what's popular. Because I can find them every single thrift store, every single yard sale, but
every time we pick them up, they sell within just maybe a couple weeks.
I don't see them here in Texas, but
I
do.
I was standing there watching the kids come in off the bus one morning, and I decided I was going to count. And there's probably about between 350 and 400 kids ride the bus in the mornings. And I stood there, and within less than 5 minutes, I was over 150.
Wow.
And I just quit counting.
That's what's fun right now.
It was like 2 out of every 3 kids coming through the door had Crocs on.
Yeah.
And this was in the winter. This wasn't summertime. This was in the winter.
We have them here for sale right now, and maybe we've got them, according to the market, we don't have them priced too high, but we haven't sold them yet. So,
Diane says I wear Crocs around my house every day.
I hate them. I absolutely.
I'm not necessarily a fan. Personally, I have really tiny, thin feet, so my feet just sort of flop around in it. But both of my kids have gone through phases of Crocs, and I said, every time I ever see them, I pick them up.
Yeah, when I was younger, I wore the little sandal flip flop ones, but I don't wear them anymore with the neuropathy and everything. I don't wear them, and I've heard different people say that they have neuropathy and they love them. But I'm like, no, can't have them. And he used to wear them from time to time. But
I gotta wear socks with them if I wear them. Which is
people wear socks.
Every kid at school wears socks with them.
That's cool.
But because they catch my toenails and stuff inside.
Maybe you should trim your toenails.
Well, maybe.
Never Too Old says she doesn't care for them either. Nope.
That's where Goose goes.
Yeah, where'd Goose go?
He's coming right back, and he's about to take over for half a second because I may have to use the potty and check on the baby for just half a second.
I just changed the Super Pooper.
You did you?
Yeah.
It's Super Pooper?
He's a Super Pooper.
Yep, got one of those.
We're talking about Crocs. So apparently, Joe was talking about
Crocs shoe John.
Hey.
Oh, Joe was talking. He said he basically asked me, what would you guess would be the most popular shoe on a kid right now? And I said Nikes, Air Jordans, Adidas. And he said, no, Crocs.
Won't see me in a Croc.
Well, right, but that kills me.
That's a Croc.
Where's the main hub for Crocs? Denver,
I know.
China.
Denver, Colorado.
China.
Boulder, Colorado. And I could find them like crazy. So maybe when I go out there, I'm going to have to hunt them down.
Just have to take a bag and just...
Yeah, I could find them so cheap there. So cheap there. In Colorado, we can't find them. I I can't remember the last time I saw them here.
No, they get bought up around here.
Well, the shoe store here has like 3 aisles of them, every color you can imagine,
It's crazy.
floor to ceiling.
If they look good, we'll pick up some used ones and sell.
Yeah.
We do sell them. I have a new pair though that it's not selling. I told Joe to take them to school and sell them there.
Right?
It's like, oh, I don't know, I might get in trouble.
Let's put a little sign on the bulletin board.
Crocs for sale.
Crocs for sale. Call this number.
Yeah.
You know, put my number on there or something.
And then you'll have them in the trunk of the car. Sell them out of the trunk.
All right, your turn to ask the
Um,
goose.
Goose, when did you start reselling, and how did you start reselling?
When and how?
Mm-hmm.
So the when would be probably when I was 8 years old.
Wow, 8.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have guessed that. Yeah, I probably should have.
30
Guess
plus
that.
years ago.
And at 8 years old, how are you reselling?
So my grandmother used to watch me on weekends a lot.
Mhm.
So I would be at garage sales with her on weekends.
Yeah.
And I would buy things, toys, whatever, and resell them at school, actually.
You take them to the playground and like, look,
Yeah.
look, I got this John Deere tractor right here.
Yep.
How much you give it to? How much you give it to? me?
I took a lot of lunch money. I can tell you that.
Oh my goodness. That you kind of sound like my brother. My brother, my mom owned 2 Century 21 offices. And do you remember those little fuzzy bugs that with the big feet, googly eyes that were stickers? Do you ever see those?
Doesn't ring a bell.
Well, a lot of people used them for advertisement. They're a little fuzzy bug. Looks like a pom-pom you would put on the back of a sock.
Oh, okay.
And
Yeah.
it had
Yeah,
googly
yeah.
eyes. And
Yes. I know what you're talking
my
about.
mom used them for advertisement. And so he would cut the Century 21
Logo
tag off of
off?
it. Yeah.
Wow.
And like, take them to school. And the kids loved them, because they didn't see them all the time. And he would sell those for like $0.25 a piece. He had a great business going.
Right.
And the school actually ended up he'd done it for probably a good week or two. And the school actually ended up calling. I guess I don't remember how he got caught doing it, but he got caught doing it. And the school called and asked my mom to talk to him to have him stop doing it. And she was so proud. She sold real estate. She was a salesperson in it, herself. And she had to tell him to stop doing it, even though she didn't want to, because she's like, that was ingenious. I'm proud of you. Way to be an entrepreneur, but we can't do it at school.
Right.
Did you ever get caught?
Here's one.
No, so they didn't really care. Yeah. No, once you described it the second time I got it, or remembered them, it wasn't frowned upon, I guess. I mean, I would do, we're dealing baseball cards, football cards, toys. And I remember really big then were these, they were like an NFL team and MLB team pencils, right? Because every kid uses a pencil.
Yeah.
I've sold those on eBay.
Every day, every kid uses a pencil. So that was something you needed, and you wanted your favorite team, to use. So yeah, finding those were really cool.
Yeah.
But
It's
no one cared back then. Teachers didn't care. At least
that's funny you mentioned the pencils, because it's still like that. As a teacher, they have those scholastic book fairs, and the kids get to go once or twice while they're
that
there.
was the other thing too. Goose book or Goosebumps books.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're still around.
Which they're probably still making those things.
They do. They love those in the Magic Treehouse books. Still,
Right.
those are still good. But one of the things that they love to go get is they always have those scented pencils.
Like the scratch and sniff.
Yeah. And I'll tell you what, there's so many fights after they get them because that's mine. I know that one's mine and they sold it. Blah, blah, blah. And I didn't sell that to them. I didn't trade them for that. Oh my gosh.
And the color changing pencils.
Yes.
I
That.
haven't even seen those.
If you like rub them and they change colors.
Yeah, or when
From
you're
the heat?
holding them, they change colors because of the
Yeah,
heat
the
from your
heat.
hand. It's kind of like those mood rings, but
Right.
it's your pencil. So yeah,
But yeah,
no
so
telling,
I've been around reselling a long time, and
no telling what they'll have whenever Charlie's old enough
right.
to
Right.
go. To,
And this was pre-internet, so
Mhm.
yeah.
there
Well,
was no putting it online and selling it.
Well, I do know that I wouldn't have guessed 8 years old, but I do know prior to YouTube, you used to do storage buys,
Mhm.
right?
A lot.
So you did a lot of storage buys, and did you sell exclusively that stuff on eBay, or did you do something else prior to
So
YouTube?
that stuff mainly went online and flea market.
Okay, so you
Which I haven't bought one in a while, but I'll still will buy a unit every now and then. But
Yes.
I don't need anything right now.
No, we don't. But one of my first videos, pre-recorded videos, is going to be of a storage unit I did by myself before I
Woo!
moved here to Texas. So stay tuned for that because I think it was like a 10 by 30. Like it was a big giant
that's 10 by
unit.
30.
Yeah, we haven't bought a unit in a minute. We don't really need the inventory, but do absolutely watch on my channel because we are going to be recording, yard sales or the flea market or whatever it is that we, come across.
Yeah, so JJ and I tried to calculate it up one time, and our best guess was 1,200 units.
Yeah, he's looked at a lot.
Wow,
We've bought and sold.
that's
That's a lot.
crazy.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then you got on YouTube, and when you started on YouTube, you just were kind of like hanging out. Like it was kind of like chat room kind of
Like
stuff,
this,
right?
Joe. Yeah, just to hang out, have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's how you met Kimmie, right? At first.
Well, through YouTube, yes.
Mhm.
Reselling, yes.
Yep.
And then you sold with us for a while.
Yep.
I know you sold with Options for You before you sold with us. We sold together for probably a couple of years.
Over a year.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was,
definitely over a year.
Right?
It was
Yeah.
a long time.
So, I mean, Chris has been around the block if he started at
And
8 years old.
he has an eye. He has an eye for it.
He does. And I noticed a comment that Robin put in there that Chris finds a lot of unique things, and he does. I mean, and whenever I say unique things, it's not junk unique things either. I mean,
Right.
it's good quality unique things that you don't see every day,
Yes.
and it's not like, why are you putting that up for
I
sale?
got a table full of it right
Yeah,
over here.
I mean, when,
For tomorrow.
yeah, when you've been doing it as long as the two of us have, and I'm so blessed to have somebody who's in, to reselling because we both get that hype up,
Yeah.
But yeah, there is.
What's that?
So that would be pewter. It looks heavy. It's a pewter bell.
Bell.
Oh, it
The
looks
dog
like a
is
bell.
going nuts.
Do that.
The dog's going nuts.
Oh yeah,
because it
I won't
hears
ring
it.
the bell again. It's like polar bears.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
I see it
that
now.
thing is solid.
Solid.
Two
yeah,
bears.
This thing's like
Okay.
3 pounds. Solid
That's
pewter.
cool.
Yeah. Yeah. That's you just never know. You just
You
never
guys are on with jewelry nurse tomorrow night. So if you want to bid on that, it's going to be there tomorrow night.
Yes. Let
So
me
make sure
let me
you
I've got
put it
3 different
tomorrow
ones.
again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
I would say the stuff you never even knew you needed
Yeah.
till you
Right.
see.
yeah, absolutely. That's how. I mean, they're nice, unique things that Chris finds. It's not stuff that is unique, so unique. You go, oh,
Yeah.
I should get this as a gag gift for someone. It's
We're not niche down
Right.
unless you're talking about Mega Media Mall, which
Yeah.
is all media, but on all the other selling platforms, we strive for the unique or whatever it is that we can sell it, find for a good profit.
we're not hoarders.
No, it is. Well, I'm a borderline hoarder.
It's all for sale.
Only because I
Yeah.
sell it for a profit.
If you sell it, you're not a hoarder. I'm somewhat of a collector. I will say that.
I'm not.
What's the difference between a hoarder and a collector?
I don't.
Organization.
I don't keep it. I don't keep it.
Organization.
I keep very little stuff, but I do keep stuff. And some
Right.
stuff.
I don't.
some
Well,
stuff
I say that, but I do for like my kids' stuff. I mean, I've given my children or have a few totes of stuff that I had when I was a kid, like original Nintendo systems, kind of things that I've kept around.
You want another one? I got one right.
Yeah,
I've got. What do we have up here? Go up there?
Yep, we have an
We have one. So
What?
Kimmie's going to ask you a question.
Oh yes, I love this question. It's perfect timing because she's getting a little close to Joe. Oh, here, babe, let's have a moment too. Oh, okay. This is a great question. What is your favorite thing about Renee? Favorite thing could be personality trait.
And you can't say hoarder.
How sweet she is. Whatever it is. Her goofy self.
He's going to say my personality because he likes my personality.
I do, and I do like. There's a lot of things I like about Renee, or I wouldn't have married her. I mean, if it's just one thing that I liked about her, then she would have just been a friend.
Yeah. How long have y'all been married now? Oh, they got to think about it. It's
18 years.
No, we haven't been married 18.
We'll be married 18 years.
Oh,
April
see?
1st.
He does
April
like
1st.
her.
Just joking. Yeah, 18 years.
So yeah, definitely her personality. She's just fun to be around. I mean,
Yeah.
we have a lot of stuff in common. We have a lot of the same beliefs, morals, and stuff. So I'm being paged to pick a dog up.
Oh, that's right.
We're she's beautiful and she's fun to be around.
Oh, I know. So beautiful.
We just have fun. I mean, we love to travel together. We love to resell together.
And I think that's awesome. I know there's a lot of people out there, YouTubers who even make content or don't make content or just reselling that, the other person doesn't quite understand. I've been in situations like that where I'm like, I want to go, thrifting, and they're like bored with it. They don't understand. Like, why do we have to sit in here for an hour, and all that, and it makes it hard. And so I have a soft spot for those couples out there that don't have a spouse, a significant other who understands that. And that's one of the things I love personally about Goose, even though sometimes he drives me nuts because he's like, I see a garage sale sign. Why didn't you see that sign? And I'm like, oh God, because we got a baby now. It makes it a little different. But I love it because there's something about the thrill of the hunt. There's something about like, babe, look what I found. Look at this. Look at it. And he gets excited about it.
It's treasure hunting. I mean, and that's why I like metal detecting. It's treasure hunting. It's just treasure hunting that you can control a little bit more and is more readily accessible.
Yeah.
Even if it's just going to Walmart and checking the clearance and finding
Clarence?
finding that one item that they've marked down to $2, but it still has a $14.99 price tag on it.
Or my balloon that I got for a penny.
Yeah.
I used to do the Walmart clearance. I have not done it. I know Goose still does it, but I don't get out a whole lot right now with the baby, and it's only just because he screams bloody murder every time we go in the car. So I don't go out. Goose and I will go out, to yard sales or garage sales or whatever it is. But yeah, the baby, not a fan of the car. Ain't a fan. So
garage sale season is just starting to come back here. So.
Yeah.
I had my brother with me and Joe the other day, and I was like, they have they do this thing, a penny list at Dollar General. He's like, what are you talking about? I said, there's things that they're supposed to send back that don't get sent back. And sometimes the list gets leaked and you can find things for $1. I said, a penny. And I said, I haven't been following it for a long time, but I do know that balloons for Valentine's Day are probably on their penny list because they got to get rid of them. So I found one at Dollar General, and I said, watch, it'll ring up for a penny. I didn't need a stinking balloon. It was just all about proving to my brother you could get something that was a stinking penny. It rings it up, and the cashier goes, oh, it's a penny. And I'm like, yeah, yay, me. It was a penny.
I used to do that. I used to be a penny hunter in Colorado, and then the manager started to get mad about it, so I stopped doing it. But I do know they are still doing those things. So if y'all are into that, you should check into your Dollar General.
I don't care if the managers get mad. I've had managers that tell me that they haven't picked it all up. And
they would get mad at me, and I think it's silly because what does it matter to them? They're not making it. It's not like selling on eBay,
right?
Like,
well, they
do
get in trouble
off of it.
They get in trouble because they're
just gonna throw it in the trash. So
some of that stuff they send back to their warehouse to bring it back next year. The only reason I know that is because my son just started working for Dollar General, and
now you got
they're supposed to send a lot of that stuff back. So the managers get, I guess, they get written up or something happens. They do get in trouble for it. So, but to me, it's like, well, then do your job.
Yeah.
Do your job.
Yeah. Then you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
That's right.
Even if you got to stuff it under the shelving or something and get back to it later, but do your job.
Right. Never Too Old says, I never did it, but love watching others on YouTube show, see what they got for a penny. Yep.
We used to be extreme couponers. I had a guy that worked for the newspaper. He would bring in a shopping cart full of the coupon inserts for me. And we'd go through and get all the coupons. I'd go in. I think only twice did I have where they paid me money to grocery shop.
Yeah, that's cool. Fun fact, I used to also do that. So there was a dumpster that was not too, like a couple minutes away, where it was a recycling dumpster. And one of them was for cardboard. The other one was for like paper. And so people would dump their newspapers in the paper one, and I would pull it for coupons, and I did that for quite some time. I mean, it was like 30 hours a week that I did it, and I would make money off of it, do an addition, but
We had to do it because
it was a lot of work. I wish that I was reselling during that time period, but you know, at the end of the day, so I donated a lot. I used to take big batches of food or hygiene or whatever it was and drop it on people's porches.
we used to do that, but we needed to do it because he was laid off. That's when a whole bunch of people were getting laid off of their jobs.
Mm-hmm.
So we depended on that to feed our family.
Yeah.
You know, and I knew other families that I worked with at the school that needed stuff, so we would take things to people at the school. So, but this show is not about us, Kimberly.
No, we're chatting too much. We're actually well past our time. So I don't know if we want to ask another question or we want to wrap it up or what, because I didn't even realize that we've been chatting so long that we have gone past our hour.
No, you know, I want to ask Goose one question.
Okay.
Another question. So Goose, tell us something about Kimberly. That I use Kimberly instead of Kimmie. So it's coming.
Serious.
That that no one else knows that you can share.
Something that I know that no one else knows?
Maybe on YouTube.
Besides her? She would know, obviously.
Well, she would know.
Oh, you're putting him under the spotlight. He's going to
none of us out in YouTube land would know. But
she used to have really big, thick glasses. Like Coke bottle.
What are you laughing at?
He's right.
Really big.
Right. Okay, well, you were chubby back in the day, so there you go. You're gonna throw that out.
You've been started World War II.
We would have been perfect. We would have been the perfect couple back in the day. My thick glasses and his chubby ass cheeks while you holding your little chicken.
I said it was safe to tell. Now we can end the show.
That's good. That was a great answer. It's true.
Are you mad?
This is true. I was a nerd, big time nerd. Oh, Cha-Cha King.
Cha-ching King. Cha-ching King. Thank you.
Cha-ching King with the super chat.
He's got some great videos.
Super chat.
Stop it.
Super chat.
She gets so upset now if we are female, if we high five each other or like I clap. I don't know what her problem is, but she gets very upset. So
she's just excited about the super chat.
Yeah. Cha-ching King. He's just testing our super chat feature. If anybody else would like to test it, you're more than welcome.
Yeah.
He's got some really good eBay videos.
Oh, does he? I'll have to check him out.
Yeah. And thanks for stopping in.
Yeah.
If you have not been to his channel, you should stop in and check it out. He's got, especially if you're newish or you need to be.
Yep, he does a lot of good beginner eBay.
Yeah, a lot of good information out there. Whenever I started on eBay, there wasn't that kind of information out there. A lot of people were holding that information kind of tight to their chest, as they didn't want to share. I think because they thought it would hurt their sales.
Mm-hmm.
And
they didn't want the competition.
Yeah. And the thing is there's a lot out there to be had. And I mean, I know that I'm competition, your competition, we probably have some of the same products out there, but
there's not just one buyer out there for it either.
I don't look at it that way. I don't look at it as competition. I look at it as we're doing business.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me.
We're friendly.
We're not like in a specific niche, so it.
No.
Well, if we're not all supporting eBay and helping eBay grow, then our little portion of eBay is going to go away.
Yeah.
It's going to die. I mean, you
Yeah.
got to help make eBay the grand thing that it is,
Yeah.
and not be stingy with it. There's plenty out there for everybody.
When we were auctioning on YouTube, we would get questions in the chat about eBay. How do you do this? How do you do that? And so I know Joe and I would put out like information videos of stuff that people were saying, how do you know this? How do you know how to do that? And we would try to put out some informational videos to help out. But he does a great job of putting. He was an educator. He was a principal, so he knows how to put things together.
How to teach.
Yeah, he can teach, and it's easy to understand. So please, if you have anything that you're curious about, want to know about, check him out on his channel. Does a great job. How was that for a commercial? Was that
Excellent.
Yeah.
Very good.
You did great. All right. So I think it's been a great show. Again, just a friendly reminder. I just put it in the chat that Goose and I are doing a live auction tomorrow with Jewelry Nurse, bringing some unique items. So check that out. I put that in the chat. And then next week's show, because our shows rotate every week, next week's show will be on my channel. I'm having a really awesome guest. Beth, reseller robo, comes with a wealth of knowledge for eBay, is a really good friend of mine. So make sure to check that out on
And a
my
clothing guru.
Oh my gosh. Clothing
Guru.
and parts guru organization through reselling. Like she's awesome. Like I look up to her in that sort of sense. So make sure to tune in for that. We have a whole slew of amazing guests coming up for March, and then a fun show, a game night show. So make sure to hit the notification and bell on both of our channels so you all can not miss a single show. Again, every Thursday night, 7 p.m. Central, right here or on my channel. We're doing a Let's Chat. Anything else?
Yes.
Did I cover it all?
If you missed any of that, most of it is in our description, and we have links loaded in there. You can go to our description, click on the links.
The links
It'll
make
tell
it so much easier now.
right?
It's amazing.
Where what Kimberly's mouth just said is in the description.
Yes.
She might have been reading that, and I don't know.
Oh, I did it. I
He has
did.
a teleprompter there.
Yeah.
On that note, do you want to sing us out, Kimberly?
Yeah. All right. All right.
I'm not singing.
We appreciate you all for being here. We will catch you next week on my channel, 7 p.m. And good night, YouTube. It's time to go. Good night, YouTube. Hope you liked the show. We hate to leave you, but we really must say good night, YouTube. See you next week. Bye, friends. Thank you
Bye, y'all.
for being here.